It's recording already. Yes, it is.
It's recording.
Okay, my dear.
That's so shady. Hi guys.
Okay,
Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a guest for you, Sinetemba, my cousin, and we're doing something very exciting. We're trying to create a drag look. I've done this before. Did I do it on my channel? Or it was on Instagram?
I think it was on Instagram.
Okay, I never did it here, but it's the first time I'm going to create like a drag look on someone else. So we thought, because it's Pride Month and stuff, let's just do it. And we've been wanting to do it, so it's just exciting. So what do you want to say to me, Savi?
Please make sure you like the video, you comment, subscribe, and share, and tell everybody to watch this. Because it's Pride Month, and I'm also gay, and she's an ally, so do the right thing, man. And I can't wait to transform. I can't wait for this face to be transformed, actually.
But yeah, guys, the key thing is it's a load shedding days now, so we cannot do the tutorial while twerking through. We had planned to do that and give you guys maybe some scoop or some juice, because he likes to talk and I like to talk. But because we are like literally running out of time, I'm just gonna be doing his face, and then I'm gonna do a voice over for the rest of the tutorial. But hopefully for the next video we will be able to talk, né?
Yes, my darling.
But yeah, let's get into the video.
Okay, my loves, so I'm really sorry that we couldn't record this video on audio again. It is a load shedding situation, like I already said, but let's get started with the video. So what I am doing right now is I am gluing Sinetemba's eyebrows down, so that when I lay down my base for everything, I just cover literally everything, and we just create a nice and smooth canvas. And the idea was that we were gonna like create new eyebrows for him at the end, but we didn't entirely do that, but you guys will see as the process goes by. But yeah, what I'm doing is I'm using a Pret glue to do that right now. And just after that, we're gonna go in with this Catrice hydrating primer and this L'Oreal Revitalift eye trim. We're just using this to make sure that his skin is like well prepped. I really love this primer and this eye trim, especially because it just plumps your skin and just makes it feel and look beautiful and just like you're awake. So it's a really good prep for makeup. I really love these two, so that's what I am doing here. And then right after that, I'm gonna go in with a Studio Fix MAC foundation. You guys are just gonna say that shortly. I however forgot the shade name to this foundation. It is NC something, the one of the lighter shades, and I mixed this foundation. There's the foundation. I mixed it with one of the cream foundations from my MAC palette, but in the palette they don't say what shades are those, but it was a more warmer foundation, so I mixed it with that so that I could match Sinetemba's warm skin tone. As you guys can tell, his skin tone is a bit warm to orangish side, so I wanted to match it nicely. Oh, and I forgot something here, so it's gonna be a bit messy. I forgot to color correct, so I'm just gonna color correct now in the middle of this situation when I had started with foundation already. So to color correct, I was using my LA Girl concealer that is an orange color. So I just color corrected around his lips, because he had like beard there that he had shaved off, so there's like dark spots, and also you can see where there's hair that it tends to look a bit darker. So that's what I did. I also tried to color correct the eyebrows because I wanted to completely block them off, but the right one, the one that I'm working on now, because that's like on the right of his face yeah, but the one that I'm working on right now, it was so stubborn. So this is why I'm saying that you guys will see at the end that we ended up not color correcting literally everything. Blocking off everything on his eyebrows. The left eyebrow really was just concealed and like was blurred out completely, but the right one was more bushy, so we couldn't completely like block it off so that we could completely create a new eyebrow. So we had to take part of his natural eyebrow and then draw out the tail, but you guys are gonna see that in the process. So what I'm doing now is I'm just blending in this color correcting concealer. I know it looks crazy at this point. I also thought, okay, I do not know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway. But the nice thing about Bragg is that you can use so much product, and just if you blend, you must just blend, right? And if you blend, everything will come out right. So that was the one thing I was relying on, that okay, I can use as much product as I want, not too much to a point that it's super cakey, because I mean drag is always extra, but we were trying to go more of a Crystal Versace style. If you guys know Crystal Versace, I saw her on James Charles' channel, and I went to look for her. I think she was the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race, the UK one. So I saw her there, and I just loved how she does drag. She just does it so beautifully. It's like drag but soft, not like harsh lines and all those things. It's like it's there. You can see that the face is sculpted. You can see that there's new eyebrows drawn. The eyeshadow is going extra, the hair and everything, but it's still like soft and glamorous. It's so beautiful, guys. I really love how she does it. So that's what I was trying to attempt here, trying to go all hand but still keep it super nice and soft and collected. Obviously I'm not Crystal Versace, I'm not a pro, so I didn't nail it quite like her, but we tried our best. We really came out with a beautiful end result. So this is the palette that I was referring to, which is the MAC palette. But now I'm gonna use it to contour his face. Look at me, I forgot to blend foundation onto his left side of his chin. I was so nervous, guys, and I was really thinking that, what are you doing? Because the product that I was using was quite a lot. So I was like, are you gonna mess this up? Like, come correct, see what are you doing? So I noticed that while I'm placing, I think now while I was placing the foundation, I mean the contour, yeah, because I was using this cream foundation from the palette to contour. So when I was placing the contour, I realized that okay, there's a side where I didn't put foundation on. I didn't blend it in as well, which is down there. But yeah, for contour I'm using the second darkest shade, and I'm just placing the contour. I placed it just below his cheekbones and blending it upwards because you want to snatch and lift the face. I'm also placing it on the jawline to try and soften the jawline and make it more feminine, and also just reduce it a little bit. So that's what we're doing, creating some shadows there. I went with this sort of not too dark contour because I knew that to set it I would use a slightly darker powder. So I went with a warm and nice contour that actually would match his skin tone. So here am I correcting my mistake, blending out that spot on his chin that I left out. So as I was saying, the contour is sort of his shade. It was something that's like 2 shades darker than him. But the thingy, the powder that I'm gonna use to set it is gonna be way darker. So before setting that, I just went in with this Catrice True Skin Concealer to brighten all the high points of his face. So I'm just gonna place this under his eyes. As you guys can see, I really love Catrice True Skin range. Their foundation is literally my everyday go-to, and this concealer for me, I use it not just to brighten, but I use it to literally highlight because it is way lighter for me. As you can see, Snatamba is lighter than me, I mean, and I'm using it to brighten on her. And I'm gonna use something else to highlight completely that's way brighter on top of this concealer. I usually use it to highlight completely because it's way brighter on me. I love how it blends on your skin. It really is true skin. It just blends nicely and gives full coverage. It's just literally perfect. If you guys haven't tried the Catrice True Skin range. This is really a plug, you should do so. I love their foundation, I love their concealers. Their foundation, like I said, it's literally my everyday go-to. I'm almost always wearing that foundation in all, okay, not in all, but in most of my recent pictures. So yeah, to blend that out, I'm just gonna use like a beauty blender. I love using brushes when placing foundation and contours and everything, like blending everything out with the foundation, and then just to smooth it all out and make sure that everything is blended nicely and it's just smooth together, then use a beauty blender. I don't like placing products using a beauty blender. I don't know, there's just, I really don't know, it's just me, it's just my thing. I love using a beauty blender after, just to make sure it just works better for me that way, to just make sure that everything is really just smooth out. Using a beauty blender, I love using a beauty blender for that. It really just makes everything colored and blended and just super beautiful. But yeah, at this stage I could see that because things were sort of coming together, things were blending out nicely, and I was happy-ish. So I was getting my confidence a bit back. um, so yeah, let's see what's the next stage. Okay, going in now with that lightest shade you guys saw is the second lightest shade. I'm just gonna place it under his eyes, like I said, to highlight the highest points of his face, which is the under the eyes, in the forehead, the bridge of his nose, and also the chin. I'm just gonna place that cream the trim foundation from the palette. I use those foundations as foundations, and I also use them as concealers. They very, I mean, that palette is very convenient to have. However, as much as it doesn't have much options, it has also a lot of options. It doesn't have much options when it comes to more of darker skin, because I believe the darkest shade in the palette is actually my shade, and I'm not the darkest person in this world. So in that way, it is not as inclusive as it should be. So yeah, I am just using the Yardley translucent powder in translucent pen to now set everything that I had just placed on Snatembe's face. I'm using this white powder to set the under eyes, all the highest points of his face basically. So the under eyes, the forehead, the bridge of his nose, and his chin as well. And I'm also using this powder to reverse contour. As you guys can see that I am placing it on his jawline. So I really love packing it, ne? For this, like for drag, I realized that you just need to use a lot. Hey? If I was just setting for any like day makeup, then I wouldn't pack this powder as much as I'm doing right now. But I'm still going to use a lot of eyeshadow, and I want something that fall off is gonna fall on. So, and I just want everything, because I put a lot of product there, to be set and just sold in. And I know that this powder will do exactly that. And I know that as much as it is a powder, it also sort of does play the role of highlighting. It brings out the light where you already put light, you know, when you pack a lot of it. So you see, for instance, where I'm reverse contouring, I did not put any lighter product. I'm just gonna put this powder, and it will do like literally what I wanted to do. And also on the forehead, I'm just gonna pack it a lot. Like I'm just gonna pack a lot of powder and leave it there to absorb everything. Oh, you guys are gonna see a lot of Smith personalities in this video throughout, with all his facial expressions. And I think really, if we filmed this in voice, you guys would have seen how fun and cheerful he is. But you guys can probably tell by just looking with all the faces that he keeps pulling in between, that he's just really an exciting, cheerful, and fun person. So we're really just having it and talking all the way through that about our personal stuff, personal lives. Look at that. He was feeling himself too. So yeah, I'm setting the contours now using that powder, which is in MW55, I think, because I also use it. It's a matte powder, as you guys already saw. I also use it when I contour my face to powder contour. You guys see how deep that shade is, and it's a bit cooler than the actual cream shade that I used to contour, but it is super dark in September basically, but it's doing the job that I wanted to do, just to sculpt and deepen those contours. So that's what I'm doing right now. So this one is, let me just tell you a little bit of a story about her. He's a daydreamer. Like, he will if you guys follow, please do follow him on Instagram. You will see that he's into presenting. He's been auditioning for presenting shows, and he's really good. He also does radio. He's really good at what he does. So when we were busy doing this, he was practicing his speeches when he goes maybe present or accept an award or give out an award. So yeah, it was just really fun. I love how enthusiastic Saitama is, and how driven he is. He really is super driven and focused on his goals, and when he wants something, he just goes for it. He goes gets it. I love that about him. So here he was just like doing that. He kept practicing, and I love that about him. But yeah, back to the tutorial. What I was doing here is I used another loose powder, I mean setting powder, that I usually use for myself, which is also from Yardley. This one is slightly warmer, so I'm using it to try and soften the harshness that the pressed powder left on our contours. Because like I said, as much as we're going drag, we don't want things to look like super harsh. We want it to look still soft. So I'm using this other loose powder to try and blend the contours and soften them out a bit. I'm using a sponge to do this as well. So that is what I'm doing here. You guys can see how warm that other powder is, and it's actually doing what I wanted to do and not erasing my contour underneath that I placed, which is the pressed powder. It's just softening it and warming it up as well. Oh, look at that, honey. Sculpted base. Okay, so now using this I Love Stage Essence eyeshadow primer. I'm just gonna place it on his on his eyelids, and also like literally all the way up to where his natural brows are. You guys can really see the red eyebrow that is there. It's showing. I can't even fully cover it, so I just placed this all the way to below where his natural eyebrows are, and then I'm just going to use a round fluffy brush to blend it out. And then I'm just going to start with eyeshadow. I decided to start with eyeshadow so that I could see how everything is blended together with the eyeshadow, and then I can find a proper placement for the eyebrows that I was intending to draw. So that is why I started with eyeshadow. I just wanted to like place my eyeshadow right, and then try to try to blend it out nicely. And then once I saw how the placement was, then start drawing the new eyebrows for Signatoba. So yeah, you guys are gonna see me do that shortly. I'm just gonna now use the same powder that I used to set all the high points of his face, which is the Yardley translucent clay powder. I'm just going to use it to set that eyeshadow primer, so that all the other eyeshadows that I'm going to place are placed well and they blend nicely, and it's not a thing of it drags all the products and the product underneath, and it is hard for me to blend. I love that brush that I'm using. It's one of the Real Technique brushes, and I really love it, especially for precise blending. I love it. So I use this Zulu palette from Julia's Place, and firstly I went in with that pink shade at the bottom there that you guys saw. So I'm placing this first at the outer corner, and then right below the beginning of his eyebrow, and then I'm trying to carve out a crease area for both of his eyes. So what I'm doing is I placed first at the outer and then the inner corner, and then I'm trying to carve out a crease by like putting the eyeshadow just below, like on his actual natural crease, and also just below his natural eyebrow and brow bone. And then I'm trying to carve, basically, hence why I'm bringing it all up I mean and above to where his natural eyebrow is. I'm trying to carve a knee crease area for him, and then from there that's when I can actually work, because I wasn't gonna really cut crease, but I want to have like crease area to put another color that's gonna brighten that part. So that's what I was doing. At first I didn't know if I wanted to go with a rounder look, but then I decided to sort of make it cat-eyish. Now using that magic palette from Julia's Place as well, I took the other soft, still bright pink, but it's a bit softer compared to the other. The other one was more neon, and then I'm just using it to highlight this color and sort of like brighten and deepen it in a way, but it's not really deepening. So I was just like putting it there to make it come out. I don't know which one is the right word to use, but yeah, I was just like trying to put the color out there to make sure that it looks bright. So I went back to the Zulu palette and went in onto the purple, and that was at the bottom there, and I took the purple to try and deepen now the crease that I was trying to create. So that's what I'm doing right here. I just took the purple to make sure that I deepen the crease and like just make sure that it's there and it looks like it's sunken. The crease area that I was trying to create, and then yeah, after that I'm just gonna blend everything out, I think. Let's see what I do next. Ooh, honey. So yeah, what I do next is I take a clean brush, and I'm just trying to blend everything out. That was a clean brush. I did not put any product in that because I wanted it to literally buff what was already out there and soften it and not make it harsh, and just blend it out completely, both on the outer area and then on the inner area as well. As you guys can see, I literally went for that sort of cat eye look and like dragged the eyeshadow all the way out rather than keeping it all round on the outer corner of the eye. So right after that I went in with this other Julia's Place palette, and then this one I wanted the shimmer that's, I think I'm gonna paint it, that one. Yes, I wanted that shimmer to brighten now the inside that I left, which is the crease, no, not the crease, the what do you call this part, the inner part of the eye. Oh my goodness. So the eyelid, yes, it's the eyelid. So I'm using this eyeshadow to just tap it in, pack it in, I mean, on the eyelid and brighten up the entire eyelid. And I knew that with the pigment on all Julia's Place palettes that I was going to be able to achieve this using Julia's Place. So I wanted this area to be super bright, so that the other crease area that we created is also like sort of brooding down if that makes sense. It's like showing the depth, I mean, that I was trying to make it to be, you know. So I wanted something super bright, and then the other part, it would be like it's sinking down, and it was really working. As you guys can see, it was really beautiful. I loved how this shadow is just putting everything together. So right after packing it in, I just go in with more, I think, of that purple and pink eyeshadow, and then I just try to blend everything in. Right now I was just trying to make sure that everything is just like neat as well, in terms of the placement of this shimmery eyeshadow. And then right after that I just blend it nicely, and then I just pack more and more and blend it because I wanted everything, as you guys can see now, to be like really nicely blended, and there will be no harsh lines. We were going soft, like I've been saying. I just wanted everything to look nice and soft, or close to that, if it's not completely or entirely soft. So I wanted to achieve that. So right after this, I think we went on to put eyelashes. Oh no, eyebrows. I guys, I do not know how much I can emphasize this pencil that I'm using here. This is the Precise Blur eyebrow pencil, which is from Essence. Yes, it is from Essence. This eyebrow pencil, it's one of those that's like a quirky pen. I've been talking about it. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't break onto the product. You guys saw how much product I put there, but you see how it's literally drawing on the eyebrow. And you guys can see what I'm talking about. I said I was going to create the new tail, but then the beginning of the eyebrow will be the actual natural eyebrow of Smith & Best. So that was the tail that I created, and we just wanted to see the placement, and just we went out of camera to go and create the other eyebrow. We were really so excited when we were able to achieve this, because we're both worried about that eyebrow. But that pencil, guys, that's the plug. Go get that pencil. So now we just before, when we went to do the eyebrow, I mean, we also, as you guys can see on the lower lash, we just smoked it out and made an eyeliner, and just we just spread it out and made it like a reverse liner, as you guys can see, and we smoked it out, and then we put on some lashes. Now we're using the MAC Chestnut lip liner pencil, and we're just gonna outline. He has full lips, as you guys can see. We just overlined a bit at the top, so we're just gonna blend that out by her using his lips. And then with this Rimmel, because I was like, the look is already bright, so we just use that Rimmel nude matte lipstick, and then we topped it up with the creamy gloss, which is a clear gloss. And then you guys are gonna see the end result just now. We also used the blush made by Mitchell Blush in Shy Boy, as you guys can see, to blush her up. And then we also used the MAC palette to highlight as well. But you guys are not gonna see the part where we highlight and dust off all the eyeshadow. All the powder on his face, and then voila! Here we go, guys. Here we are.
And the crusty one.
And then it's you, Krusty. Oh, honey.
Okay, guys. So this is the end of the video. This is the glam we created with this beauty. Yes. Relax.
Then just calm yourself down, yeah.
Yeah, relax. So we had a lot of ups and downs. We don't have electricity to speak, but we're making it work. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you enjoy this beautiful face right here, and my crusty one.
Yes, as well. At least you are wearing pink, so not that bad.
I'm matching the theme.
Exactly.
With the hat. I am matching the theme. Thank you so much, guys. Please, if you did like this video, do give it a huge thumbs up and leave us a comment on the comment section down below. Also, do not forget to follow us on Instagram. I will text Netem. What's your handle? Rather say
my handle is Netem Sujula, right through on Facebook, Twitter, as well as on Instagram. Yeah.
follow her, please. Do I refer to you as a her or as a
Doesn't matter, my dear. Hey, he,
okay.
she.
Follow her. She's a hair now because
I mean.
Please do follow us. I will link all our social media below on the description box. We love you so much, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.